Hey, again, this is Joyce Black from Joyce Black Books. I talked to you guys, I think it was last week or earlier this week, about starting to write. I just want to give you a few more tips. Um, because I wrote my first book, like I said before, in 2016, Trapped in Deception. I've written more books since then, but I mostly help other people finish their books. But I want to give you more tips on how I was able to finish my first book. I talked about getting your journals and things like that together. Another big help is just being organized. I know when you're in high school and you have to write papers, mostly everything is on computers now. So I don't know if you put things in files or if um, what type of system are you using to organize your paper or if you're writing a book? If you are visual and you need it like you would do your chapters, have everything organized in a folder or a file. Maybe a different file for each chapter, or you can keep it all in one file. I'm not sure, but it really depends on how much organization you need and how it'll help you stay focused when you're writing. Additional materials would be dictionaries online, thesaurus, grammar book. Even if you just refer to an old grammar book, having another form of reference, or if you have it online, a lot of things are online now. So if you have questions, you can look up the information, find out the right way of doing something. Like if you have references, you need to notate. If you want to do the bottom of the page or at the end of the chapter or at the end of the book, it's important to look at all of that when you're writing. If it's going to be a book like a true event book or something where you're taking information from other sources, you have to cite where the information is coming from. Just so down the line, you don't get charged or, in trouble for using someone else's information. If you need, oh, while you're writing, this happens a lot. Once you start writing and you're writing your book and you have ideas that just start coming up. The best way to do that is have some paper next to you and a notebook. Have a notebook and a pen so that when an idea comes up, you don't stop writing. You just jot down that information that came up so that you can add it later, or you can refer to it later to help with the research of whatever you're working on. But you don't want to stop. You don't want to stop the flow. You want to continue writing and just keep that on the side of you. Keep paper with you anyway if you're writing, because once you start writing, you get inspired and you get ideas. So that's very important. I learned that the hard way because what I would do is stop writing and I would start writing down all the ideas that I wanted to add. And then I forget my inspiration sort of left. And in class, I found out you don't stop. You just jot down the few little details and put the pen down and continue on to what you were doing because your time is precious, it's important, and you don't want to lose that momentum with your attention somewhere else. So it's very important to have that outlet where you can just put down some notes and then keep going. Also, if an idea comes to you about research, you don't want to stop and start researching. Just write down, look for whatever, and then keep going and doing what you're doing with your book. So those are just a couple tips. And you want to have everything you need when you start. You wanna have if you need something to drink, have it next to you. If you want some snacks, have the snacks next to you. And just give yourself time. It doesn't have to be hours. It can be 30 minutes. 30 minutes top and say, "Hey, I'm gonna take a break." And do that. Stick to that. 30 minutes, get up, stretch, walk around, do something, add notes to your tablet, take a bathroom break. Just get away from the computer for a few minutes and then come back because that helps to reset. It helps to renew and get your focus back. That helped me to write. It's almost it's called the Pomodoro method or technique, whereas you sit down and you write for so long, then you get up and you take a break. So if that helps, please do that. Having reference materials, having something on the side to write with, and a pen, paper to take notes, but keep going. And then after, say, 25 minutes of writing or 30 minutes, take a break. Then you could say, okay, it's 2 o'clock. I'm going to come back around 3:30 and write for another 30 minutes. And believe me, if you do this daily, like during the week, if you're busy during the week and you just give yourself an hour or hour and a half of writing, you can get so much done if you have the information available, if you have it in front of you, your outline or the chapters you want to work with. It's important to set yourself up for success when you're writing because distractions are everywhere. If you have children, they can't help it. That's their, they need you. So you can tell them, hey, 30 minutes, let me get this done, and then I'll reward you with this. It could just be go outside for 30 minutes and play. Whatever, I don't know. But allow yourself the time to get this done because it's important for you. Um, Children write books, adults, all different ages of people write books. And the only thing that stops you from finishing right now is focus. So I'm just giving out a few tips on how to continue the process and get started and get through some of the things that's been stopping you. Um, yeah, I think that's it right now that I wanted to talk about because that was on my mind. I was like, oh, I got to tell them about just having things available, having it around you when you sit down to write. And believe me, you want to type. You don't want to write. You want to type this because it's going to need to be typed anyway into the computer. So even if you're a slow typer, get used to where the keys are and just take your time and just type. Oh, but also, if you have Word, you can use voice. It's something in Word now where you can speak and it'll type it on the screen for you. That's really easy. So if you're not a great typer, but you are responsible for reading it after it's done because it may not pick up the words correctly. So after you've talked into the computer and it's typed all the words, make sure the words are correct and that they're the words you want. And I think there's a feature if you have Microsoft 365 or Office 365, it'll read it to you. So you can hear what it's saying, and if it doesn't sound quite right, read it. And it may be the wrong word that was put in there, but it's your book. So you should know if it typed the wrong word, it would catch your attention. So that's another idea. If you're not a great typer, but it's best to type it because the software, everything is in the computer now, the software. You can run through it and listen, just make your life easier, okay? But if you want to challenge yourself and learn to type, that's easy as well. The more you do it, the faster you'll get. So, but that's basically it. Again, my name is Joyce. And I just wanted to share some more ideas about writing, and hopefully this helps you to continue or actually get started with writing your book. Okay? Have a great day, everyone, and happy writing. I'll see you soon. Bye.